It's just getting in the dance. You know, we've been a 1 seed and won it. We've been a 6 seed and won it. So this year, especially with no fans, the home field advantage is really going to be out the window. It's just going to be lining up and playing in empty stadiums. So it's that what's been a big part of the playoffs in the past is home field advantage. I don't think it's going to be an advantage this year. So it's just a matter of getting in.
Yeah, nobody has home field advantage this year. The Bucs, they haven't been to the playoffs since 2007. They haven't won a playoff game since 2002. Tom, how different do you think, if at all, will this Tampa Bay offense look this week?
Colleen, I would anticipate you are going to see some adjustments as the Bucs come out of their bye, simply because they have struggled so much despite having Tom Brady and all the weapons around him. Now, I would tell you this, in having conversations recently with people who know Tom Brady, who have worked with him in the past, there is a lot of frustration about the way that this Tampa Bay offense has been running. Brady's greatest strengths are he's incredibly accurate and he is incredibly intelligent. He is not a home run hitter, and he's got a coach in Bruce Arians who always wants to swing for the fences. If you review next-gen stats, Brady's completion percentage, his touchdown to interception ratio, and his pass rating on deep passes, all the worst that he has had in the past 5 years here. They've got to find a way to bridge the gap, play to what Brady does best, and take advantage of the fact that you got guys like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and company around him.
Yeah, Tommy P., you're absolutely right, man. Tom Brady is a guy who loves to work the intermediate areas, the middle parts of the football field, not take those shots. So they got to figure out what they're doing with that, and they need to run the football. But on the reverse side, look, Minnesota, you've been used to running the football with Dalvin Cook. This Tampa Bay defense is probably not going to allow you to run the football. So what do? Go look at the L.A. Rams film and watch what Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, Bobby Trees was able to do, working the intermediate areas, getting in and out of their breaks. When you put Justin Jefferson on the football field, Adam Thielen on the football field, those guys, to me, have way more juice getting in and out of breaks than the Rams receivers. And so I think you have to exploit those matchups against this Tampa defense. If they decide to try to sit back in zone coverages, you got to pick them apart. If they decide to man up your guys, you got to beat them with crossing routes. You can't just try to run the football with Dalvin Cook against a brick wall, which is that Tampa Bay defense.
That's the problem here, D-Hall, because Dalvin Cook is the engine of this offense. It makes everything else run, and it's really helped Kirk Cousins have a smooth ride. Since Week 8, only Aaron Rodgers has more passing touchdowns. I mean, he's cut down on his interceptions, too, Kirk Cousins has. And Justin Jefferson, just talking about this passing game for a second, because who knows, I doubt that Dalvin Cook is going to be able to run on this defense. But Justin Jefferson has been such an incredible addition to this offense. I still can't believe he was the 5th wide receiver off the board. He leads the team in receiving, and his big playability could be a serious problem against this secondary if they can make it work, because Tampa Bay has struggled against wide receivers in their past 3 games. You look at what Tyreek Hill did. DL, you just talked about Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, DJ Moore even had 96 receiving yards. So that's the problem, though, Mike Rob, because everything begins with Dalvin Cook.
Absolutely. And guys, I'm sorry. I wish we was in studio, because I wanted to talk right after Tommy P, because that's why I love having Tom Paracero on here, you know, Mike Garafolo, all of those guys, because they drop jewels for us. Tommy, when you said Tom Brady, he's a smart guy, he's an intermediate passer, he's not the home run hitter. Well, Tom, you chose to come to Tampa Bay. You knew exactly who Bruce Arians were when you were, you know, going around picking a team to choose from. And then when I look at this Tampa Bay offense, and when you just look at them, take the greatness of Tom Brady out of it, how does this offense run? Just because you have all of these weapons on the outside don't necessarily mean you got to throw it to them down the field every single play. And when you look at this offensive line, it looks like they're built more to run the football with Ronald Jones. So when you hear Bruce Arians say, yeah, the offense starts with Ronald Jones, yet halfway through the second quarter, Ronald Jones may only have 2 or 3 carries, and you've tried to push the ball downfield, and your offense looks like crap. To me, this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense needs to figure out, what type of offense do you want to be? Tom Brady, Bruce Arians, how do you want to do this? Do you want to be this explosive passing team? Because if so, your offensive line ain't set to do that. Your offensive line is set to be big maulers. These guys are maulers up front, and I think if they take that running identity, I think they'll find more success in the passing game.
They have a little bit of an identity crisis, and the problem is there's only 4 weeks left in the regular season, so they gotta figure it out. Read your favorites in at NFL.com/Pro Bowl vote, and NFL Network will reveal this year's rosters for the Pro Bowl, presented by Verizon, coming up a little later this month.
It's going to be out of me and you that catches his 400s probably, right? He needs 3 tugs to get 400.
They get motion to the right side from Lazard. Quick toss left side. Devontae's got it. He gets by Slay to the pylon for the end zone. Touchdown for Aaron Rodgers. He's the fastest to 400 in NFL history.
Oh! Yeah! Yes, sir! And 400. Yeah! I was disrespectful on that.
I know. Thanks, buddy. That's pretty amazing. 200 and 400.
That's the best.
I love that. That completely warms my heart. That Rodgers-Adams combo, a huge reason why the Packers are currently the 2 seed. They're in Detroit tomorrow against the 5-7 Lions. So let's run through a few games that could impact this playoff seeding here, starting with Green Bay and Detroit. D-Hall, who should we watch?
I'm going to be looking at Matthew Stafford, man. Stafford's a guy who can throw you to a victory, but he can also throw you to a defeat. So 400 yards last week against the Bears, only sacked twice and made play after play. He's going against Aaron Rodgers, and we know what that Green Bay offense can do. So hopefully Matthew Stafford doesn't try too much or too hard and throw those interceptions that we cannot have.
I like the way Stafford looks with Darrell Bevell, too. Wow. All right, Tom, you're on Cardinals-Giants. What do you have here?
I'm going with one of the breakout stars on the first-place Giants, Leonard Williams. 8.5 sacks on the season, including 2.5 last week in that upset win over Seattle. It's making Dave Gettleman look smart for acquiring him from the Jets a couple of years back, and also making himself a lot of money as he finishes out the franchise tag. We'll see if he can get after Kyler Murray this week.
NFC Defensive Player of the Week, Leonard Williams. Mike Robb, how about Jets-Seahawks?
Yes, the only way the Jets have a chance of winning this game is if they run the ball, keep the ball away from Russell Wilson, and running the football behind left tackle, rookie left tackle, Mekhi Becton. This guy has been balling. He's a mauler. And then you look at the way the Jets run the football, most of their running yards come from the left outside zone, almost 500 yards, right behind Mekhi Becton, 5.2 rush average. It's almost like Adam Gase said, where's Mekhi? Let's run directly behind him. If they want to have a chance